Hello grade 8s and welcome to your first lesson of music. As I said, I'm going to record these sessions so that you can go home and have a look at them again to make sure you can go over the work again and again, and that way I hope and trust that you'll be doing very well in music. We are using the grade 1 music theory book, Practice in Music Theory by Josephine Coe, and I hope you've got yours handy because you will need it. We are going to start on page 1 and we're going to start with time values. So time values is just one of the names that we can give notes, and this is based on their time or on their value. So on page 1 you will see a whole lot of time values. We start with semi-breves, then below semi-breves is the minim, below the minim is a crotchet, and below that a quaver, and below the quaver you get a semi-quaver. So for each of those I want you to write the value, in other words how many counts for each of those notes right next to it. So in your book, the very first one is the semi-breve, and you're going to write there 4 counts. Underneath the semi-breve is your minim, and the minim the value of 2 counts. The crotchet looks like the minim, but it's colored in. And the crotchet is valued at 1 count. The quaver again looks like the crotchet, but it's also got the stem, but a little flag or a tail. The quaver is half a count, and then we go down to a semi-quaver. Semi-quaver looks like the quaver, but it's got 2 flags, and it is then a quarter of a count. You will also see in your book, next to the name, it says whole note, half note, quarter note. Those we don't use in South Africa a lot, mostly in Afrikaans, but since we are doing music in English, we stick to the names semi-breve, minim, crotchet, quaver, and semi-quaver. If you now go to the second section on page 1 called the time value chart, I want you to connect the notes in a pyramid. In other words, at the top you'll have the semi-breve that is valued at 4 counts. One semi-breve is valued or have the same value as 2 minims. Minims are 2 counts each, so 2 minims will give you the value of 1 semi-breve. Each of the semi-breves can in turn be divided into half and give you 4 crotchets. Crotchets is worth 1 count each. Each crotchet can then be subdivided into quavers. Each quaver is valued at half a count, and each quaver can be subdivided into semi-quavers. So you've got them on your page. I just want you to connect them so that you can visually see how each of the values split up into the next half. In other words, now you must know this thing off by heart in order for you to realize that there are 4 crotchets in a semi-breve, there are 2 crotchets in a minim, there are 4 quavers in a minim, and those kind of things you need to know. We're going to go to page 2 and 3, which are exercises for you to do. So on page 2, fill in the missing notes in each of the value charts given below. So simply they've given you the chart and they've left something out, and you must just figure out which line it is, and then you fill that in. A, B and C, page 3. write the name of the notes so as to indicate their time value. So now we don't want to say how much or how many counts they are worth. We are going to give them their names, as we've done on the very first page. Just something before you get to number 3 on page 3. When you are writing notes, you use the stave consisting out of 5 lines and 4 spaces. This is the first line, second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line. We always count from the bottom up. This will be your first space, second space, third space, and fourth space. When you're writing notes with stems, in other words, your minims, crotchets, quavers, and semiquavers, these stems normally go in a specific direction. When you are writing a note sitting on the third line, those stems can go up or down. Up on the right or down on the left hand side. Anything below the midline, the stems must go up. Anything above the midline, the stems must come down. In other words, if my note is being written there, the stem must come down. If my note is written on the fourth line, the stem must come down. If my note is written below the midline, the stem must go up on the right. I hope that makes sense. Number 4, turn each of these into a quaver. So they give you a dot, and I ask you to turn it on the quaver, so you'll add a stem and a flag. Make sure that the stem once again goes in the right direction, up or down. And remember that up on the right, and down on the left. When you are writing notes and you make a mistake of which direction the stem should go, you'll end up, instead of upright, down left, which is correct, you will end up with something that looks like this. That. In other words, this kind of looks like a 6 and that looks like a 9. Then you know you are in the wrong direction. When they look like a P or like a D, then you know you've got in the right direction. Number 6 on page 3, draw a minim in each space. Again, make sure that your stems are going in the right direction. Up, right, down, left. Anything above the middle line will then go down. Everything below the middle line, the stems will go up. On page 4, you've got to do some maths. Complete the following sentences. 2 minims last as long as how many crotchets? So you're going to use your pyramid to determine that. Question 8 and 9 is quite simple, and that is your lesson on time values. I hope this helps. You can watch this again and again, and good luck.